Hey everyone, welcome to Adventures in Everyday Cooking, where every day can be an adventure in your kitchen. My name is Heather and today's video is sponsored, which means no ads for you, just the one. This video is sponsored by Zule Kitchen. Zule Kitchen spreads kitchen happiness wherever they go with innovative quality products that are affordable for the everyday cook. So if you're interested in checking out Zule Kitchen, go to www.zulekitchen.com and use my code AECHEATHER10 to save 10% on your order. All right, without further ado, what are we gonna make today? I'm so excited because we are gonna do donuts. I love donuts a lot. Actually, I just love sugar a lot. A couple of weeks ago, I was watching a video on Dessert Person, which is CSaffitz's YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed to Claire's channel yet, you should totally do it. If you like to make desserts, oh my goodness, she has so much fun. She's such a joy. I really enjoy Claire's channel, but recently she has decided to bring people on her channel and she calls it Dessert People. And 2 weeks ago, she brought Vallery Lomas on and they made old-fashioned donuts. I have a soft spot in my heart for donuts. It's very hard for me to turn down a donut. I mean, even if they're not gluten-free, I have a hard time turning them down. They are so good. They're crispy on the outside, soft in the middle, and old-fashioned donuts are one of my favorites. So you better believe that I wanted to try these. And I'm gonna do them gluten-free as well. So we're gonna do a regular one and a gluten-free one, and we're gonna have so much fun. I'm also gonna try it in the air fryer, but I don't know if it's gonna work. We're gonna fry some, we're gonna air fry some. We are gonna have a lot of fun. So are you ready for this? I know I am, and I wanna say thank you to Zule Kitchen for sponsoring this video and letting you watch with no ads. All right, let's get into this. Okay, as I mentioned, this is Vallery Lomas's recipe, and it is so simple. You just need butter, sugar, some egg yolks, some baking powder, some kosher salt, some sour cream, and some cake flour. It comes together in a stand mixer. You'll see, we'll be done with this in like 5 minutes. Okay, and the first thing we're gonna do is put in our room temperature butter. That's about 2 tablespoons. Half of a cup of sugar, and we're just gonna get that kind of crumbling, creaming together. So and it's gonna take about a minute. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna add the eggs, or the egg yolks, one at a time. And now after adding the egg yolks, you will see that it looks more like a cream together, kind of like a cookie would. Next, we're gonna take our cake flour, our baking soda, our baking powder, and our kosher salt, and we're gonna mix it together so that it's well combined. Okay, now that we're here, we're going to add 1/3 of the flour and 1/3 of the sour cream, and then get it mixing, and then do 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 until it all comes together in a shaggy dough. All right, now before we call this all done, I'm gonna scrape the bowl one time, then turn it on for about another 30 seconds, and then that's it, because we don't wanna overwork this gluten. When you overwork gluten in a donut recipe, you get a really tough and chewy donut, and we definitely don't want that. We want it to be light and fluffy and delicious, like we know old-fashioned donuts to be. And if you are looking for the gluten-free recipe, it is identical to this one, except I used Bob's Red Mill 1-to-1 baking flour, and I upped the egg yolks by 1, so 3 egg yolks total, and I did a whole cup of sour cream. So we'll see if that works for us, but I tasted the dough ahead of time and it tasted really good. So as long as they set up well, we'll be good. So you do this same exact thing. It looks identical. It turns out like this great shaggy dough, identical. So here we go. All right, another 30 seconds and that's it. All right, there we have it. Okay, let's get this out. There is our dough. And as you can see, it looks very much like a dough, but it's kind of shaggy looking. So we're gonna put it into a oiled bowl, cover it, and we are going to refrigerate it for 1 hour. All right, I have my gluten-free and my regular dough already chilled, ready to go. Before I continue, I wanted to say thank you to Zule Kitchen for sending me some awesome products to try out. And I thought today would be a great time to try out these amazing products. Zule Kitchen is a family-owned kitchen supply, you know, for the home baker, for the chef, for anyone. They have so many cool products. And these two are gonna make my life way easier. So the first thing I have is a multi-purpose bench scraper and chopper. It comes in a great black package, very well packaged. They sent it to me and it was here in like 3 days. It was amazing. I use a bench scraper all of the time. And to have a bench scraper with measuring marks, that will help me more than you can imagine. Even in today's video, because we want the donuts to be about 1/2 inch. And so now I'll be able to tell by putting my scraper right up against it to see what size it's going to be. And then the other one that I'm super excited about is the stainless steel rolling pin. It's a French style rolling pin, and it's gonna help us. Well, it's gonna roll the donuts out for us. So I'm super excited to try these, and I'm super excited to tell you what I think about this Zule Kitchen products. So thank you, Zule Kitchen, for sending me these products and asking me for a honest review. And so far, packaging is great. Products look so good. My whole kitchen is stainless steel, so this is very, very attractive to me. And when they sent it, I didn't know it was stainless steel, so I'm quite happy. Okay, so let's start on the regular one first before we do the gluten-free one, because I have a feeling the gluten-free one is gonna take a little bit more finagling. So let's start on the glutinous one first. So we are just going to sprinkle on the top, and we're just gonna start rolling. Ooh. It's gonna take me a second to figure out how to use one of these rolling pins. This would be my first experience with a French rolling pin, but I like it so far. I like how smooth it is and how easy it is to roll this out. I'm actually pretty impressed actually right now. This might make my marble rolling pin obsolete. Wow, I really do like it. It's different. It's definitely different because I'm used to holding on to handles and rolling, but I like it. I feel like I have more control, and I really do love the stainless steel design. Oh my goodness. Now, those of you that are interested in purchasing one of your own or just looking, I will leave a link to their website and the products in the info box below. If you've been on the fence about getting a French rolling pin, this might be it. This is super fun. I mean, if you roll a lot of things, it's the experience rolling is definitely different than rolling with, I feel like I have more control. Did I already say that? But I feel like I have more control over how my pastry is turning out. Like, I don't know how to communicate exactly what I mean, but I feel like I have more even pressure, and I feel like my dough is more evenly spreading into where it needs to be. So that's pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. Okay, I think that our dough looks fantastic. So let's cut them out. Thankfully, I have size cookie cutters that I think will work perfect for donuts. So what we're going to do is we're just going to stamp out our donuts like this, and then do our centers like that. Ta-da! ta-da, they're all done. This recipe makes about 10. I've gone ahead and started our oil on the stove so it can come up to temperature. Okay, so now we have the gluten-free one. I have no idea if this is going to work or not because it wasn't a recipe. I just kind of made it up as I went. I looked at the dough compared to the glutinous dough, and that's why I added the extra egg and the extra sour cream so that it would become more like this dough. So very similar in texture and look, but obviously this one is gluten-free and it feels really good. So let's use our handy dandy French rolling pin and we will just roll it out just like we did the other one. All right, let's check our size here. Yep, we are at that half mark, so perfect. Our oil is just about up to temperature, so I'm gonna adjust my cameras so that we can see them frying, and then we're gonna fry up some donuts. Oh, wow. So one side is really, really flat, and the other side is looks more like a regular old-fashioned donut. That's weird. I don't know why that is. Why is that? Have you made donuts? Do you know why? I don't know. Go ahead and take out my donut hole. Cute. Put it on some paper. And then the first one is ready to come out. Look at how cute that is. That looks like a donut. And we will get the next one right in along with some donut holes. How fun is that? It has that same texture that old-fashioned donuts have. That's just, I mean, like, it's an old-fashioned donut, but I didn't think it was gonna be one. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Well, while that one finishes up, let's go to our air fryer. So this is what I have decided to do. I am going to spray my tray liberally. I'm going to spray the top of the donuts liberally, and I'm just using coconut oil spray. And then I am going to set them on my tray upside down and spray them again. Now, will this work? I don't know. Is it an adventure? Yes, it is. And custom 6 minutes, 3:30, not 3:25. Go. Now, these results. Well, some of them definitely look like donuts and some don't. I don't know what I did wrong, but I saw Claire and Valerie's and they looked amazing. So I don't know, maybe it was overmixed, undermixed, overbaked, I don't know. But they're gonna still taste great, I'm sure. So let's get some of these gluten-free ones into the fryer now. Good luck us. Well, they rose to the top, much like the others. That's a good sign. They may work. In the meantime, let's get our gluten-free ones ready to go for the air fryer. All right, those are ready. Oh, it's our halfway mark. Oh, look at that. That one puffed up perfectly. Let's turn that over. We'll turn those guys over. Wow, well, they're looking like donuts. Wow, look at that gluten-free one. Now that looks like a donut. I'm pumped. Look at that. That one puffed up too. They look a little bit like biscuits. Check it out. But they're not done yet, but I'm gonna turn them over and continue cooking them for probably, well, let's go for another 6 minutes and then we'll try one of the donut holes. But it's not looking very good. I don't know that the air fryer can do a donut the way that the fryer can do a donut. I mean, like, that's obvious, but I don't know. All right, the next thing we need to do is make a glaze. So they didn't really have any instructions or any type of like details on how they want you to make the glaze. They just said butter, powdered sugar, vanilla, and milk. So we're just gonna make a glaze knowing what we know about frosting. So I will start with some powdered sugar in my bowl and we will add some butter. And then we will add some milk and some vanilla. And I'll just add a teensy tiny bit of vanilla using the cap, probably like 1/4 of a teaspoon, and we'll give that a good stir. And now we'll add our milk. And we're just gonna add a little bit of milk at a time because a little milk goes a long way when you're dealing with powdered sugar. See, we already have glaze consistency. There we go. That's perfect. Now, what we're gonna wanna do is make sure these don't burn. We are gonna want to dip these warm. Oh, hold on. Let's check out these air fried donuts. Well, you know, they're browning at least, but they still kind of look like biscuits. Let me do the close camera for you. Yeah, they're kind of like biscuits, but let's break into one and see if they're cooked real quick. I would like them to be a little bit darker, but then again, okay, they're cooked. So we're just gonna call those ones good. So it's 12 minutes, turn at the halfway mark. So good luck, gluten-free donuts. They didn't puff very much though, so I'm a little worried about that. Okay, well, let's get to dunking these. All right, so we just dip in and then we put right over there so that they can dry a little bit. And let's glaze these pretend ones. Actually, let's try. These are not the gluten-free ones though, so I probably shouldn't be eating them. That's good though. But it's not donut texture. It's more like biscuit. It's a good biscuit, but it's very biscuitish. Let me try the other one, the fried one. That is not biscuitish. Would I be sad if I got a donut from the air fryer that didn't rise? I mean, look at the difference in the rise. Like I said, they kind of taste biscuity, which I don't know that that's ideal for the texture of a donut. So take that for what it's worth. Obviously, there are way less calories in the air fried one because we didn't use as much oil. But that being said, is the trade-off? I don't know that it's a donut. So, all right, now let's talk about these gluten-free ones. Now, I feel like they did not rise nearly to the height of the regular gluten ones, but how do they taste? That's the real question. So let's go ahead and dip these ones. They're beautiful. Some of them got the ridges just like old-fashioned donut would do, and then some of them did not. Same as the glutinous ones too. So I don't know. Maybe my baking soda was a little old. but I don't think so. I think I checked it recently. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, those are biscuits too. They didn't rise at all. Oh well, adventures have been had. All right, so let's try the gluten-free one. Ooh. That's good. Oh yeah. That's really good. I'd make that recipe again, 100%. That's really good. Let's try one of the big ones because of course we gotta break it open. Aw, soft and fluffy on the inside. Delicious on the outside. That's really good. Ooh. If you're gluten-free, this recipe will work. All right, the biscuits are coming out. Okay, so again, the ones in the air fryer did not puff up at all. They're basically the same size. Let's check here. Yeah, they're basically the same size that they went into the air fryer than they came out. So if you were going to air fry this donut like this, you'd probably have to use a different recipe. However, in the oil, they puffed up great. So the gluten-free ones are definitely a win. These ones, again, I don't know if my baking powder was a little wonky or what, but they did not do the same things that Claire and Valerie's did. And that's okay because it's all a learning process, but maybe the next time, like the one that I put in the refrigerator, maybe that one will just go fantastically and it will puff up and be just fine. Maybe it was the weather, maybe it was overmixed, maybe it was undermixed, maybe, who knows? It could be anything, but the flavor of these is excellent. I will definitely make the glutinous ones again for other people, but I hope that the next time that I make it, the dough will puff up better than it has this time. But all in all, these donuts, I think, were successful in the fact that they taste like donuts and it tastes pretty darn good. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Okay, let me try a biscuit though. It's almost hard like a cookie. Here goes. Well, it's still soft on the inside. You could still definitely do these in the air fryer, just don't expect them to puff up. The inside is still soft and the texture is still wonderful. So, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's it. That's the adventure. We did donuts. They taste delicious, which means it was a success. It doesn't have to always look the prettiest, and they didn't do what Claire and Valerie's did, but that's okay. Because I'm not Claire and I'm not Valerie. I'm just Heather. So if you enjoyed that video, give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I do videos several times a week and I'm always looking for the next adventure. So if you have one for me, you have an idea, you've been wondering how something works, leave it in the comments below and I will see what I can do. Otherwise, I guess I'll see you on the next adventure. All right, you guys, bye.